Thank you, Bob. We're right here outside the courthouse, and with the final verdict just read, many of the people around here are upset. A lot of people think that there was evidence, or at least circumstantial evidence, that could have proved that Casey was actually indeed guilty. However, we decided to talk to some other people and get their ideas on the people that may think that she wasn't guilty. So with that, I'd like to introduce to you... Thank you. Now, see, it's not like that, man. Sometimes that circumcision evidence, that other evidence, if you can't prove it, then it's not necessarily true. I got pulled over for DUI. I had drank about 12 beers. I was at a bar getting crazy with my buddies. Alright, when I left there, I hit a dog. I hit a newspaper stand and a blind boy pulling a wagon. I saw the flashing lights, so I jumped in the passenger seat. When the cop pulled me over, I could barely talk. But I put reasonable doubt in his head because there was no one else in the car but me, but I wasn't in the driver's seat. That there is reasonable doubt. Thanks, Mr. Baez. Appreciate it. You got me off.
Yo, that circumstantial evidence stuff there, you know, that's not always true. You know, you can't count on that stuff. I was accused of robbing a bank, right? So, you know, yeah, I had a gun on me, and a note, and the $7,000. But you know what? They found out that it wasn't me. You know, it looked like it was going to be me. But I had a receipt in my wallet from an ATM earlier that said insufficient funds. You know, if I robbed a bank, would I have a receipt that said insufficient funds? No, I don't think so. And that blue stuff that was all over my hands that they say was from the dye pack, it wasn't. It was a urinal mitt that I had in the back of my car. I left in the trunk, you know, because you can never be too clean, you know. Either way, I think it's great what Mr. Baez did for me, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Baez.
Okay, well, there's two stories that you probably haven't heard, a different perspective on the Casey Anthony case and the defense's case. We have one more person we'd like to bring up. We'd like to thank the other two gentlemen for coming out here. Here's
Anthony. Yeah, Mr. Baez helped me out also. You know, it looked bad for me initially. My daughter was found dead in a bag, actually a few bags, and in a swampy area, thrown in a swampy area. Close to my house, my residence, and you know, I hadn't told anyone for about a month that she was missing. So you know, I can understand a little confusion there. Perhaps my parents were worried. So I told them I was in places I wasn't, and I borrowed a shovel from the neighbor. So you know, things were starting to add up. That looked like, you know, perhaps I was guilty. So I didn't know what to do. So I went to a Blockbuster and just rented some movies and tried to just calm down, you know. Then I went to a hot body contest and, you know, just went out with some friends because I wanted to do my own investigation. You know, here my daughter's dead and missing. Oops, she was actually with a nanny. I'm sorry. She was with a nanny named Zanny the nanny. Anyhow, Zanny has been gone for a long time, and things were looking bad. The next thing I know, the police are at my house asking me about my daughter that I haven't seen for 30 days. Well, you know, of course, I didn't know what to do, so I took them to a place I didn't work and let them down a long hall until I got to the very end, and then I was like, I don't really work here. It was silly. I know it's stupid. And looking back at it, you know, it seems really, really stupid. So anyways, I took him to an apartment complex where Zanny lived, but she didn't really live there. But I took him there. So, you know, that looked kind of tricky, I guess, in court at the end. Well, it turns out the body's found, later in the woods by a meter reader that could not use a public restroom, so he was in the woods and stumbled over, Kaylee's remains. So Mr. Baez comes along. He's going to defend me, and I guess at that point, it starts getting a little hazy. But we realized, what happened is she drowned in the pool. She drowned in the pool because we left the ladder down. And so I was going to bury her in the backyard. I was afraid to call 911. Let's just get that straight, because those girls are usually rude on there anyways. I instead decided to try to bury her in the yard, and then allegedly, is this on still? Allegedly buried her in the yard. Then I allegedly put her in the trunk of my car and drove around for a few days with it until the smell got bad. So then, let's see, wow, I can't remember it all, there's so much there. I left the car, someone found the car, but luckily at that point the body wasn't in the car no more. So let's see, there were some duct tape issues with the duct tape we had at our house as opposed to the duct tape that was found on my daughter. There was a bit of a chloroform issue. Wow, I guess that's it, with the chloroform, the shovel, the fact that I didn't have any remorse. I allegedly buried her temporarily, or at least later, in the backyard. Duct tape, hot body contest. Jeez, the phone calls. Apparently, my parents misunderstood what I was saying on the phone, and it came out looking like I was lying. There was quite a crazy evidence. But in the end, the jury did the right thing. They realized that none of that stuff, none of it was true. That was all a lie. And if anyone should know about lies, it's me. And I know that was a lie, what they were saying, the state. Anyways, Mr. Baez helped me. He said, here's what we're going to say. It's going to be a drowning. And we still don't really know, even if, the fact that drowning is true, I'm still not sure if I can say how the body got from the pool into garbage bags with the duct tape in the woods, because that could be a problem with this circumstantial evidence. Anyways, I'd like to thank Mr. Baez. I, along with these two gentlemen over here, think he's a great lawyer. And I think if other people that are misunderstood need a lawyer, and you've done something that looks really, 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 really bad, and you can go to jail for a long, long time, I would get Mr. Baez. I know me personally, I feel very good about it. And now that Johnny Cochran's dead, I would look up Mr. Baez. Anyways, thanks. I'm gonna just go back in here. It looks like I might do one more year for lying to the police, allegedly. Oh wait, no, that's true. They caught me for that. I really did lie to the police. So, anyways, I'll see you guys in a year or so, and look for me in the clubs and stuff, guys. And if anyone needs a babysitter, I'm available. What the? You gotta be freaking kidding me. Are we on? Are we on? Okay, so we're back here. Thank you guys for giving us your perspective on the case. Again, people, things aren't always what they seem. But we have to thank the jury for their time and effort in deliberating this case and thinking about all the facts and evidence and coming up with that verdict. So, everybody, have a good night. Enjoy your evening. Rest in peace. The justice system has us under control. I'm Bob, and I'm out of here for the night. Thank you, and we'll back to